All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to the House of Horrors. Steven, the Horror Freak 85, and with me as always,
Echo Cha Cha Cha.
Echo Cha. Okay, Acha, Acha. So how's your week been?
Pretty good. I mean, after I went to that little video store in town and I found a wild eye. Not only was it a wild eye in the wild, it was a raw and extreme wild eye.
Oh yeah, what was it? Clickbait or was I thinking of something?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm like I'm just gonna
what's up,
look
Drew?
because they had them like you can either get them for like 9 something for one, 7 something for three, no 7 something for two, or 6 something for three, and I saw that I go like, oh shit, I gotta get this. You know, if it's a wild, I raw and extreme in the wild, I gotta get it. So let's see what else they have.
Imagine that, a wild eye in the wild.
I know, but like I said, it's even more like, you know, one of those, with the wild extreme ones, like whoa.
Yeah, clickbait. It's interesting one. I went through. I know this isn't the topic tonight, but I was just going through Tubi again for more Wild Eyes. Speaking of Wild Eye, there's like I think like 368 titles now. They got some newer ones on there. Replicators on there. Yeah, Repli-
Oh, the Replicate is a fun one.
Caddy Hack is on there.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that.
there's this Robin Hood one apparently that a Wild Eye did like a I, and Kane Hodder is in it. Or I think it said Kane Hodder was in it or something. That was like really.
I'm still shocked that they released Wild Eye, Bruno Mattei's last two movies. I'm like, oh my god. And they'll list it if you watch them on Tubi. It
Mhm.
shows you the Visual Vengeance one logo.
Yeah, there's Visual Vengeance titles on there as
Yeah,
well.
but I'm like, how are those movies Visual Vengeance? They'll barely have decent films. With the last one, Zombie the Beginning or whatever, it's a ripoff of Aliens, only we replace the aliens with zombies on an island with a sub.
Sorry. Did not mean to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. But they okay, you know how Alien has the chest bursters?
Oh yeah.
Zombie the Beginning.
Hmm.
And the little like the dwarf actors, and you got these grown guys like, how do we shoot them? And there's this dwarf actor in makeup, just running around. It's just it's hard not to laugh.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they had the vampires and other stereotypes is on there. The new one. What was it there?
Oh yeah, they were going to be doing one called Reanimator Academy. It's part of
Yeah, I
part
heard
of the,
about that. Yeah, but I haven't
but
seen it.
I've seen the trailer, but I got to look at the Instagram. I have not been able to see a release date because I am interested in that one.
That one looks interesting. Um, let's see here what it was. Most popular. Where's my? Oh, that new one with where they're at the cabin stranded, the Bigfoot one that just came out. Um, let's see. Oh, I had watched when the Trash Man Knocks, the one that Chris Moore did, the Children of Sin, that new one. That's on Tubi now too, which is really
Eh,
good.
A lot of things are going to be on TV until I guess they're going to change things up or whatever they've been saying.
Um, okay, so I did say Vampires and Others. Oh, Saurians 2 is on there now, Polonia movie.
Oh yeah.
Sista Vampires is a new one on there. Biotech Warriors, a new one on there. Let's see. Robin Hood Dark Forest, that's the one I was talking about. Let's see. Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind was a new one. Alien Nemesis is a new one on there.
They had another Wild Eye there when I was looking. It was Mrs. Claus and Miss Claus or something. But due to my bad experience in around back in December of 2022, all those bad horror movies I watched, I pretty much have sworn them off.
Mrs. Claus is a good one. That's the one Mel Heflin is in the beginning.
I think I've seen it, but like some of them are just so god awful, and I end up watching all the bad ones, including the one about the talking killer Christmas tree. That I pretty much
That's not a wild idea.
I know I pretty much swore Christmas horror movies off. No, I'm sorry, no, I can't do them.
Oh man. Uh, let's see, what else did I watch this week? I did watch the new Jen and Sylvia Solska directed Festival of the Dead, where it's the granddaughter of I forget the only black guy that was in Night of the Living Dead. I forget his name in it.
Dwayne Jones, I think is his name. No,
Well, I mean his character.
Ben. Is it Ben?
I can't remember.
Oh
But
God!
either way, it's the granddaughter is in this, and her friends, and what they do, they have a festival every year. They celebrate the the. I guess there's no more zombies. The rise is over with. Whatever. And another meteor crashes while they're there, of course, and
the character's name is Ben.
Ben. That was right. It was Ben. Yeah. So it's the granddaughter and her younger brother. Her younger brother actually convinces her friend that they're kind of like drifting apart a little bit because she's got a boyfriend now that she doesn't like, and they all end up getting her tickets to this festival. So she's gonna watch her little brother, and the brother convinces them to go there, not knowing, it gets infested by zombies. So it's basically the granddaughter reliving the adventure, and she even has her grandfather's gun in it and stuff. It's interesting. So yeah. So
I wonder, because we know that movie's public domain. I wonder if that also gives them license to do sequels, since it's technically.
Well, I don't think you can do it. There's not anything to do a direct sequel because everything's like Return of the Living Dead and everything, and there hasn't been like the same characters like Ben and all the original.
Well, with Return, that was one of the guys who worked on it, because remember they had a deal. Mm-hmm. Romero and who was it? They had a deal.
I mean, not Return of the Living Dead. I'm thinking like Dawn of the. I meant Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, like all of the the Dead films.
There's Russo and Stein. I guess they had a deal where they could. Romero could make sequels and they could make sequels, but the Romero would use Of the Dead and the other guy would use The Living Dead.
Yeah.
I think there was a lawsuit from the studio when they were doing one of the ones in the 80s. It might have been Day. They were like, you can't use The Living Dead. It's like, we have a deal in place. Kind of predates you guys.
Let's see. The View with Drew, he's got almost 900. He's up to 880.
Yeah, there we go.
So, well, if you want to drop your link in the... Can he put the link? No, I mean, he can type it in, I think. And
no, it won't. It won't post it. You got to be a mod.
Yeah. Or if you want to put it in, and then Echo can copy it and post it for people to put in, or whatever. I mean, it's fine. You can drop it. It's no big deal.
I guess it's smart to do that because you don't know what people are going to post.
Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, we'll help you out there if anyone hasn't checked it out. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, so Blumhouse, ton of movies. I don't know if you went to the website or not. Or
yeah, I was looking. They did Ouija, and I remember seeing Ouija in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember thinking I went to it. Oh, this would be a good movie. And then I see the PG. I was like, PG-13. It's like, oh no. I'm one of those not big on PG-13 horrors. I like mine to have the R.
They do. There are a lot of PG-13 Blumhouse movies, though, besides the R-rated ones. There are. I just watched Imaginary. Since that's the newer one, won't get too much into it. But basically, the woman in it, she has her stepdaughters. She ends up moving into the house where she grew up, but she doesn't really remember. Something happened to her as a child with her imaginary friend, and she didn't even realize what was going on, being an adult. And the stepdaughter, while they're playing hide and seek, comes across in the basement, opens this little doorway. There's the teddy bear there that, obviously we've seen from the commercial, named Chauncey, and starts telling her to do all these little like scavenger hunts, all these things that are out of the ordinary, and is starting to, bring some stress into the family while the dad's away. But it also brings up some dark secrets of the stepmom of what happened when she was a child. So
I sat down. I watched Sick.
Sick was good.
I was like a better trailer than the movie itself. kind of like I didn't really feel it. Like
What they showed in the trailer was like the best part. I did like the part when she's running out and in the middle of the road and she wants some help and the woman's like, "You got a mask?" She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She's like trying to get away from the killer. That was funny.
and then they got like divisions, subsidiaries. So there's like books and games. It's like, damn, they're branching out. And games, I'm reading about Blumhouse Games because they asked, I guess there was an interview and they're asking Jason, well, are you going to do games based on existing properties? On the existing movies? And he goes, no, in the long run, maybe, but in the short term, no.
Mm.
They're going to help out. Because just like we help out, like, these people, small indie people, whatever, and doing movies, we're going to do the same with, because there's, just like this independent game, movie people, there's independent game people. So they're just going to help them out.
Right.
So
some of the movies could be interesting games.
Yeah. But like they couldn't do something like Five Nights at Freddy. Who knows? We got Black Christmas. That's that Black Christmas. Is that that's the one that
sucked. Yeah.
That's the one when I was at Best Buy, I think it was, and I saw Black Christmas, and I forgot it goes Black Christmas, X Christmas, Black Christmas.
There's the original Black Christmas, there's Black Christmas, there's Xmas, and then there's the shitty new one.
And I confused it for the good remake. So now I have the original and the shitty remake.
Yeah, that's
brain fart.
That was so bad. I don't even really remember. I don't even know if I watched it all or not. It was so bad. I was just like, yeah, this is horrible. It was. I mean, at least in the Xmas one, Black X, whatever, the one with I think Michelle Trachtenberg was in it. The cookie cutters were awesome. They did that with the cookies.
That's the one that people seem to like.
Yeah, that's the good one.
The other one was like, no.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with the new one. It was.
Well, I mean, some remakes are good. I mean, some are not good. I see this. Did they redo Benji?
They did what?
I see BNGI. Isn't that Benji?
I think so.
Because if that is, they better do a good job. Because Benji, I do remember watching those as a kid and liking those.
Oh no, not the dog movie. You're thinking Benji the Hunted.
No, they literally have one that just says Benji. And then Fantasy Island. I haven't seen that yet.
I need to rewatch it, but I know that's Patrick's favorite movie. He loves that movie. I know that.
And of course they're in the Amity family.
Mm-hmm.
It goes with my whole thing. Everybody does an Amityville film.
Everyone has an Amityville.
Has Jeff done one?
What was that?
Has Jeff Polonia done one?
You mean Mark?
I mean Mark. Has he done one?
Yeah, Jeff Kirkendall. Mark.
Yeah, because Jeff Kirkendall he did the space one.
Yeah, that's Polonia. So yeah. So they've done.
Everybody does them, even Blumhouse. Can you imagine that box set if someone were to just randomly make a box set for every single Amityville movie?
Every single Amityville. Well, there's still Amityvilles coming out even, so I mean it wouldn't be possible.
Oh god.
Because remember, there's Amityville backpack that's supposed to be coming out. I saw that there's going to be a Amityville Barbie house or Amityville Barbie coming out. Yeah, I posted because they needed some like women who do stunts, so I had sent a post out about it for any of my fellow actresses. I did send it out for Janet and whoever else, who might be interested. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jessa would be in that movie too, maybe as a one of the
She's a busy one, isn't she?
Yeah, I think. Well, this weekend she's in. I forget where they do it. Cinema Wasteland convention, and Heather Harlow's also there. I'm like, damn, I should be there. Have like a little cheerleader elimination reunion table, but the movie's not out yet, so But who else is there? They had like a trauma table, and the Gator Blade Films was there. So yeah, is it in Chicago? I want to say maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see. But yeah, Matt Skinner was there, and they had the picture with him and Jessa with the air fryer from the air fryer massacre that's coming out.
God, pretty soon I won't be able to use anything in the kitchen. And I think they even did a movie with Dwayne Johnson. I got to check this out real quick.
And of course, Blumhouse also did with one of our favorite guests, Rob Mello, Happy Death Day 1 and 2.
Yep.
She relives the birthday. Well, yeah.
Because when you look at the movies, you see Tooth Fairy, and when you click on it, it kind of hints that it's that Tooth Fairy movie, but Dwayne Johnson. I'm like, no way.
No, it's not that one.
But that's where the link takes you to.
I think that link might be wrong because it's the horror movie. I don't think they took, because that one, the Tooth Fairy, that's a Disney one or whatever. I also watched Night Swim, where a family. There's something about this pool there.
No, they did. They're one of the studios who worked in that movie.
What, with The Rock?
Yes, it's Warden Media, Mayhem Pictures, Blumhouse Productions, and Dune Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
They were one of the
I was totally unaware of that. Okay.
Neither was I. So then I looked it up and it lists them. Like, God damn. Okay. All right. I can, they did that one. They didn't do the sequel. So I guess when they saw Larry the Cable Guy, they probably were like, pass.
Like, get it done. No, we're not getting that done. we don't need that one. That's funny. I don't even know if did I watch the second one. I know Larry the Cable Guy was in it, but I don't really remember it too much.
I've never seen it because I was being a big fan of Dwayne Johnson from wrestling, so then I got into his movies. So that's the only reason why I watched Tooth Fairy. If it was anyone else, I'd been like, nah, I'll pass. Oh, Dwayne Johnson's in it? Okay.
Yeah, he turned out as a pretty good actor. I mean, over the years, like before he started acting, I never would have thought he'd be doing all these movies. But yeah,
all he had to do was play the Scorpion King. Not the bad CGI Scorpion King that was at the end that looked really, really bad.
The movie, The Scorpion King, yeah.
Well, because that was been talked about, and it was a heavy metal singer voices the bad CGI Scorpion King, and he's like, he's not credited. It's like he probably realized, oh, this is gonna be bad. Don't put my name in the credits.
Yeah, don't even put my name as the Scorpion King. I don't. Yeah, the way he looked, I mean, that was probably one of the worst CGI. Oh my gosh!
And what is this is like as bad as a surprise, like shocking as a surprise is Blumhouse did Tooth Fairy. They have a sale on DVD for the Seven movies, and I'm looking. Overboard, the original, with Goldie Hawn and Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's a Severin?
I didn't know that was a Severin. No.
Well, it comes up, so I guess it must be.
Well, I guess maybe certain companies sometimes get the rights to stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's just a company that releases movies, like Arrow, whatever, Wild Eyes. So it's not like exclusive. It's probably just a movie that's, But yeah, I was watching, like I was saying about Night Swim, how they move into the house, and it starts out prior. It starts out in like 1992. Girl drowns in the pool, of course. A family moves out. No one's moved or has lived in the house since up until present day. And when they start, cleaning out the pool or looking at the pool, it like comes up all dirty, and they find out it comes from the spring in the area, so they have to get all this stuff to have a natural pool come from it. And the father was sick, and he used to be a baseball player, and then he had some injuries and he was sick. I forget what all it was, but he was using the pool as like water therapy, and it was making him better. But some weird stuff was going on, and we find out what this whole spring and secret that lies all connected through it. And, all the like kids are seeing ghosts, all this weird shit's going on. And it's interesting. So, and
have you looked at the stuff they do for TV?
Well, that's all the Hulu stuff that into the or what is it, that Dark series or whatever.
Oh, they got Totally Killer, Worst Roommate Ever, The Passenger, Unseen, Choir.
Unseen's a good one. I watched that one. And what's funny is the woman in Unseen, she works at a gas station in Tallahassee, and she accidentally made a. Yeah, all right.
But sorry. Here's the thing about Swim. Don't let the kids watch it, because those people are like, hey, we're gonna go to the a kid watches that, and they go, hey, want to go swim in the pool? No, it's just the water. It's just a movie.
No. Yeah. No, don't go in the water. But what was the thing? Yeah, Unseen. She works at a gas station in Tallahassee, and before she went into work, she called this wrong number. I guess she said she was going to order a pizza or something. So the number was in the woman's phone who's kidnapped in another state from her psycho ex-boyfriend, and she can't see without her glasses. She's like almost legally blind. So she's escaping. The phone, she can't see, it's cracked, and she's trying to it wouldn't dial out 911, or no, they couldn't trace the phone for whatever reason, or voice call. That's what it was. They could trace the phone, that was going to be like a couple of hours or an hour or whatever, and she was trying to get help to see, so she just hit the last person that called, and it's this kind of depressed woman who tired of her job, and she's not that confident, that works at the gas station, and she's helping her. She's like, I know you don't know me, but I need you to be my eyes. I can't see what's going on. And she thinks it's a joke at first, until she realizes, there she is out in the woods. And so she's trying to help her. She's got to hold the camera up, and she's telling her where the person's coming from, help her through the woods, guiding her seeing eye person basically through it. And then of course the battery almost dies at one point, and Missy Pyle is in it, and she's like this rich bitch customer that comes in, and just it's crazy. So
the one that I haven't heard it listed anywhere for them, but I've read about it. Is of course I'm doing Dead by Daylight, and that one. And my thing about video game movies, the same with superhero movies, or comic book movies, or live action anime movies. The minute they're announced, they start announcing the cast and stuff, people get the pitchforks out.
They're doing it. They're doing it Dead by Daylight.
That was announced. It was them and somebody else. And I haven't seen it listed for them anywhere, so maybe it's still in pre-production and they haven't really announced anything. So and again, they've done Fight Arts a Friend. Doing a video game movie is very like I said, like a comic book movie or an anime movie. If you don't cast the right person, people actually they nitpick at it. Bottom line, they nitpick at them. Right. Like what they're doing to the Border Game movie. Why you cast this character who's supposed to be in their 20s or 30? Why'd you cast Jamie Lee Curtis?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you casting these older characters? This guy's supposed to be chill. Why'd you cast Kevin Hart?
Right.
So, I think, who knows? Maybe Blumhouse, if they end up doing a good, decent job on it, it could be a pretty cool movie.
So yeah. So I haven't played the game, so I can't really complain about Five Nights at Freddy's. I just watched the movie. When I did see it, a friend was saying who plays the game, a couple things were different about the guy who runs the place and is the killer or whatever, which is Matthew Lillard's character.
Yeah.
But I was just I'm like, okay, it seems all right to me. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is when they take liberties. We see them when they take a Stephen King book to a movie, they take liberties.
Yeah.
If you've ever read the original Return of the Living Dead story, they took a whole lot of liberties.
Mm.
It's no punk rockers, no Trioxon. It's straight up a sequel to the original Night, and people don't like it though when people take liberties.
Right.
I just get all like butt hurt. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody say. At first, I was like, no one was liking Five Nights at Freddy. So I was like, oh, maybe I should stay away from this movie. It's getting bashed. And then Bronco Juggalo Brad said something positive. It's like, whoa, that's the first time I've heard anybody say anything positive about that movie. Maybe I should check it out.
I mean, I guess if you play the game, don't expect it to be like the game, or if you haven't seen it at all, then it's worth watching. Like I said myself, I haven't played the game. I mean, I didn't think it was that bad at all. I mean, was it the greatest movie of the year? No, but I mean, it was good for what it was, though. I mean, I don't have any complaints about it really. So.
And this is Exodus to Believe. Is that new one they did that got?
Yeah, that was so with the $2.
That got some hate. The Paranormal Activity. I need to watch. Or I need to rewatch. Orgy board one.
Orgy, the orgy. You watched the orgy.
But I mean, again, I saw that in the theater, and I didn't think it was that good of a movie. But that was what 2010 that came out. Oh no, it wasn't 2000. When year did that come out? Because it could be one of those things, once taste changes.
Oh, which one was good? I don't know if you've ever seen them, which I didn't realize that they were produced by them. I don't know if you remember that there were two of them called Creep, where the guy, or the first one, he gets called out to do like some documentary thing at this guy's house, and he's real weird. And there's a part where he like comes out in a wolf mask and everything, and he's just like acting all weird. And he ends up like stalking the guy and killing him in the first one.
Ouch.
I don't know if you remember that or not, but
no, but that's.
It's weird because like he does all this weird stuff about documentary, like he's brought him out there to film and do stuff, and as he's there, he's like feeling uncomfortable, like all this stuff, how weird the guy's acting, and after that, he leaves, and the guy starts following him and stalking him outside, and the second one I don't really remember too much. I gotta go back and watch it, but again, he's like stalking someone,
The Accidental Husband. Okay. Interesting title.
Which ones do you offhand did you watch this week that you remember?
Oh, fuck! I was so busy this week. I was like a lot of stuff going on this week, so like sick, and then me trying to remember. And then I saw they did the Halloween ones, and did not like Halloween 2018. Didn't even finish it. I have to listen to the some scene, and the teenagers were like bitching up a storm, and I was like, it's gonna be one of those movies. A bunch of whiny teenagers. I couldn't finish it. I liked Halloween Kills. Yes, Eva Dies Tonight got annoying as hell.
Yeah.
And Halloween Ends. Oh, no comment.
But did it really end? They'll probably do something. Nothing's ever ends when it says final or end.
I mean, Jason is supposed to have died, back in the 80s one final time, and then whenever Jason goes to hell, Freddy, Pinhead, Endgame. Was that Endgame? No, Bloodlines.
Yeah.
So, it's until people stop, spending money to buy all the stuff, and when they realize they're not profiting anymore, then
yeah.
But I mean, the Black Phone, that was one of the ones that didn't like had what's his name in it? But the kid is held in the basement.
Which one? And I don't know if I froze or you froze. And I think he froze because I'm still here. Anyone who's watching the chat, I guess, did Echo freeze or did I
might be in my end. I guess I should have warned you.
Oh, okay.
There was a fire near me the other day, and one of the line telephone poles.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that
Got,
was me because I know sometimes like
it's
I
just
like stuff.
like I said, there was a fire, and I was thinking maybe that telephone pole is not connected to me. But since then, the pole did get singed. I'm guessing maybe the cables might have been damaged or whatever. Because since then, I've had problems most so off and on.
Okay.
That was the excitement of the day. Well, I hear sirens. Walk to the front door. It's kitty corner and a few houses in. Oh shit!
Yeah. It's
I'm
like
still
yeah.
investigating it.
Mm, that's always fun. Freaking arsonist nearby. Yeah, we know what happened here.
It's
Across the street.
odds are it's probably some kid messing around.
Yep. Yeah, and actually, the new Firestarter not as good as the original. That's a Blumhouse one.
And there's isn't there 2 remakes of Firestarter, or is it? Oh my
Well,
god!
there was like a TV movie of the Firestarter, and then like Charlie was like older in it. I think it was like Firestarter Rekindled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to, when I saw that Firestarter on there, I was like trying to remember. And I think when I was at the video store, they actually did have it there. Because I was going to grab it at first. I'm like, I haven't heard anyone really talk about that one, though.
Yeah. It's got well, what's his name? And Zac Efron is in this one. He plays the dad. Let's see. But Keith Thomas is a good director. Yeah. You missed us talking about Fantasy Island, your favorite movie.
The Blade. I saw that trailer. I was like, oh look, it's a new Fantasy Island. And then it was like, wait a minute, is this a horror movie?
They changed it. Into a horror movie. Like it was.
That was a bit confusing to me when I started watching the trailer, being like, wait a minute, I thought that it was supposed to be anything but a horror movie.
Yeah.
What's next? Blumhouse. Are you gonna get a Titanic movie? Not the Titanic, the Love Boat.
That would be funny. The Love Boat.
Dear Blumhouse, if you come up with decide to do a Love Boat horror movie, credit me for the idea.
It's like that'd be an interesting theme song, I guess, for instead of the Love Boat. I don't know how they would change that. It's like the Kill Boat would be pretty much it. The new Fantasy Island was some cat poop.
Oh, the Lazarus Effect. I think I've seen the Lazarus Effect. I think that's the one that's pretty much. What was that movie Julia Roberts did where they were like testing out killing people and they're coming back from the dead or something like that?
Yep, that was the.
What was that name of that movie she did? Because that's pretty much what Lazarus Effect is.
Oh, what was the movie? And they did a remake of it too. I think there was like the older one. Wow.
Because I remember I saw Lazarus Effect, and that had what's her name? She was on House, and she was in the sequel to Tron.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
Wait, was it Heartline or no? That wasn't where. No, it wasn't where they were killing themselves and bringing themselves back from the dead. Was it? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the one that pretty much Lazarus Effect is.
Because I know there was a remake they did too, like a movie in the 80s or 90s. Actually, I think it was 80s where they.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but it's like the experiment bringing things back from the dead, and something goes wrong. And yeah, Olivia Wilde, she dies,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring her back, but like she's like different. She's like all evil and shit. Not anything but a nice person. She's got powers and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
That one I saw in the theater, then I watched at home. It's one of those ones I think it's more fun to watch in the theater and all than it is at home. I found that I enjoyed it more in the theater than at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good one, but now I'm trying to remember that Julia Roberts. Yeah, because it's all it pretty much is.
Hush was a good one if it's what I think it is, and it's bringing me to the Netflix page. I think Hush was the one where she's deaf and someone's breaking into her house. It should be on Tubi, I think.
Oh, I think about it, and then I think I remember that one. Didn't see, but I think I remember the trailer. They have they them. They them good premise. I think interesting. You have the people from the LGBT community. You're going to this camp that's supposed to reform them, turn them back to being straight.
That's
And you got
them.
yeah, you got Kevin Bacon. I was like, okay, I'll watch this, and then it was just like, shoot me now. This is boring as hell.
I think Chris. Like I said, I think Chris Moore did it better with Children of Sin because the Children of Sin was out before they them. So
this is how bad the movie is. Just to grab people's attention, they had to put a lesbian love scene in it. It's like they'll realize that people are going to be checking out, so they put a random lesbian love scene so that people were like, "Oh, okay, wait a minute, maybe this is something." But it had what's her name from the My Girl movies. She's in it.
Let me look up they them real quick. I forget who all was. Let's see.
Bacon plays an asshole in it.
Let's see who all was in it. They them. Anna Chumsky.
Yeah, it's like try not to pronounce that last name, and you end up putting yourself. I think it's one of those ones that when a movie that could be something, but drops the ball. I think this one had the opportunity to be something, and drop the ball.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Is that one was Amazon Prime or Netflix? No, I think it was Amazon Prime or something when it came out. It was a streaming one.
And who knows? It might even be on Tubi by now. A lot of stuff is on. I see. I'm kind of curious now. Cop car.
It's basically.
I think is that where like the kids find like the body in the trunk or something, or they steal the cop car or something, or there's like something obviously cop car, but I just can't remember the premise.
Whiplash. Whiplash is the one that always makes me think about Metallica, if I remember right.
Let's see.
Oh, they got one called Like, Share, Follow. Oh god, that's kind of that's something some of us use a lot.
No cop car. I don't think on to. Okay, how does I did a search on cop car. Just explain how Ooga Booga shows up. Cop car, like even like it'll bring movies like with similar.
Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
Is that one of the Baby Tipsy movies or whatever?
I think it's a Full Moon. Yeah, Charles Band. It's that little like voodoo doll. That little black voodoo doll that's running around.
Sometimes some of these things, it's like if you do like top 10 greatest horror movies and some weird shit. Someone did like if you look up Easter, I think it was Dead Snow comes up. And that's not Easter.
Let's see there. Arson Mom, Domino. Like how the heck all these movies come up?
Yeah, it's not even worth trying to figure out.
Yeah. I guess is it because there's a cop in the movie that who knows how they decide stuff. Wolf.
Again, whoever making this list, if the job pays good, hire me. I can come up with some bullshit list
Mm-hmm.
if it pays good. I mean, all you gotta sit there and go top love stories. Okay, I'm gonna put in Romeo and Juliet. Uh, some T Rex carnivores. Carnivores, whatever. That's a love story.
Sure, why not? Uh, yeah, they do some weird stuff. I don't even know what they decide to do anymore.
What they got a Bloom House of Horrors 10 movie collection. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's just a bunch of the movies like Get Out and
Yeah,
Slash.
Purge, The Boy Next Door, Unfriended, The Visit, Split, Get Out, Happy Death Day, Truth or Dare, Ma.
Ma was good. She was pretty crazy in that, befriending the teenagers and then like obsessing over them, and yeah.
That's a pretty cool one. Oh, they did White Noise? Was that one of theirs? I think if that is, then I do remember that one. The Resurrection, The Down That Dreaded Sundown.
Hmm.
Is that the newer one? That has to be the newer one. Yeah, the 2014 one.
Okay, which is sort of like a somewhat sequel remake. It's weird, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
did watch.
original,
I
that
finally
original.
watched the Forever Purge, which was interesting. And so basically, what the Forever Purge is like a group, um, just a bunch of racists basically want to take back America, and they want the purge like um, anyone who's not from America. Like basically, they were opening the borders to, of course, Mexico. They wanted to kill all these Mexican people that were there. And it's kind of ironic because when all this stuff was going on, they're destroying the towns or cities. They opened up the borders to Mexico and Canada, and those who weren't against, it was like the I forget what they called it, but basically it was a racist group, and if you didn't have their flag, and they were even overtaking the group that came out with the purge and everything. And it's just now basically until the next movie comes out, there's like some people who, of course, who didn't make it to the border. Like the way it ends, like I guess they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do another one. I heard, but it's gonna be like a not a world war. It's gonna be basically like a civil war going on. So I kind of hope they do make another one. I'd like to see one final U.S. war. It was like showing
Yeah,
all the cities
I,
destroyed.
I think I did read that he did want to do more and keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Just one more. After that, there's no point. But once you like explain end that war with the U.S. and
We'll get a remake.
yeah, probably.
I'll say upcoming films: Speak No Evil, Wolfman, Megan 2.0, and The Black Phone 2.
Yeah.
But those are going to be distributed by Universal. I think a Wolfman would.
Yeah. Let's see. I also watched 13 Sins, which as I watched, I was, oh yeah, I watched this movie before, but I had just forgot about it. And not Michael Rooker. Ron Perlman plays a detective in it, and this guy who works in sales gets fired. He's got a pregnant fiance, and his dad's pretty much racist, and his fiance is black. Of course, got that going on. But he gets a phone call that he'll get a certain amount of money in his account every time he does something. And the first time was to kill this fly that was flying in his car, and then to swallow it. And then each one, he's to get a call like. He had to do all this stuff, like set fire to this children's like little creation thing in a church, punch a homeless, like then it got like worse and worse, and he had to bring a dead body from an apartment to a restaurant and have coffee set in front of it. So it's just like desecration of body, arsons, and like all this stuff is going on, and was they were telling him that if he doesn't complete it, all 13 tasks, um, like of course it's just on him. He'll be arrested for all of his crimes, but they have the power to wipe it out, and he can get millions of dollars into his account. It's just it's a interesting one. And apparently he's not the only one that's playing it either. He finds out later on. There's like some counterparts going on.
What's great is because you have the Black Phone. That mask was, I guess, Tom Savini, a guy named Jason Baker.
Yeah.
Who he's in Philly today because he ended up getting involved with wrestling. He does some of the special masks they wear.
Okay.
His work is killer. He does this. His one of his good friends who was a wrestler died last year, and he did this lantern that's got like his face on it, and the eyeballs even move on the eyes. But he did that mask. Him and Tom Savini. His work is. If you look up Jason Baker on Instagram, his work is magnificent.
Okay, I'll have to look him up.
But he's there because again they were doing some stuff with his late friend. But yeah, I mean, was it 13? What was it?
13 Sins. It's on Tubi. It's a good one.
Okay, where is the? I should look that up. Dear Tubi. God, I'm afraid what's going to come up when I type in 13 Sins. Here we go. What's going to come up?
Dun dun dun.
Wait for it, because you know it's going to be like. It's going to be like, that's not right.
It's going to bring up Warm Bodies.
Okay, Warm Bodies is a good movie.
So, but it has nothing to do with 13 Sins. I was just naming a random movie.
I know it's all this like. It'd be like. I can see if it was like 13 Spirits of Scooby Doo. What was that cartoon?
Well, there is a lot of stuff with 13 though. Like it'll bring up like the 13th Hour. I forget what other movies it'll bring up, but there's
the one that's like 1313.
Yeah, 1313.
Which is what is that the sequel to 12 12 12, sequel to 1 11 11 11?
Yeah. You know, I haven't watched those yet. I should probably watch those eventually.
Okay, so we're gonna play that game. It's not bringing anything up. Oh, there we go. Have you ever looked at the when you click on a movie, you ever looked at movies underneath it they suggest?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So 13 Sins. Kind of a cool name.
Yep.
I had to Google it just to get the Tubi link because Tubi kept saying nope, nope, nope.
It is on Tubi, so.
Yeah, I just had to go the roundabout way about it.
Let's see. Yeah, it's weird sometimes. Like, I swear before I saw Replicator on there, like I typed in Replicator as one of the titles because I was going through list of movies, typing them in, what was on, and it didn't come up. But then it's weird. Like you'll type in a title, they'll have it on there, but it's not. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah, I just go to Google and type it in, and sometimes you got to put the word streaming, and you'll find it that way. So this looks like that's what I had to do. Daniel Strom.
Huh. Well, I just put in 13 on Tubi, and it came right up 13 Sins. Yeah, well, maybe it's different because you're looking up on a computer instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Dark, The Task. Oh God, I missed After Dark films.
Yeah, those were good. Let's see what else we got on that Blumhouse list. There's
Creep.
That's what I was talking about. Creep with the guy. The documentary goes to his house out in like middle of nowhere. And
Dark Skies sounds familiar. I'm gonna have to click on that one because that sounds so familiar.
Yeah, that's that UFO one where the kid's abducted and the family.
Kerry Russell.
Yeah. Felicity.
I knew that name when that movie sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Those bad Halloween movies. And they did Insidious? Oh, they had Insidious and Paranormal Activity? Damn.
Yep, all the Insidiouses.
The Adventures of Tom Thumb and Thumbella, or whatever. I haven't seen The Craft of Legacy yet. I think that gets added. I think I have to add that to the list of movies I forget they made. Unless someone says something or somehow it randomly pops up on my radar, I forget it was made. One of those movies.
Of course, it's not as good as the first one, but I like it because they do mention someone from the first one. So
the Unfriended. Oh, was that one of the ones they filmed like people like act like they're on a Skype call or something? Or was that a different one?
That's a different one. It's that one though. It is like a webcam one or whatever. Spirit. I forget. I got to rewatch it, but of course they also did the Sinister movies also.
The Boy Next Door, the Belko experiment. Ooh.
That was a good one where they got the bombs in their head that explode.
Plush. You watch a movie called Plush. They have a movie that called Seven in Heaven, and every time I see it, I think about Seventh Heaven. But yeah, if they eventually do make some of these into movies, I can see them doing it with like Insidious or Paranormal, especially Paranormal Activity. That would make a good VR one.
The Bay's a good movie. That's one's on Tubi. That's where there's like something in the water that people are drinking and that's causing them to be sick.
The Darkness. I like that name, The Darkness. Another Kevin Bacon one.
Yeah.
Lucy Fry. Okay, all right. Lucy Fry, Lucifer.
The Gallows is an interesting one where it's staged one where there's like a ghost in the theater.
The one, Green Inferno. Why does that sound so familiar?
Because that's the one that Cannibal Holocaust. It's the remake of that. It's where their plane crashes and they're kidnapped by the tribe, and yeah.
An Eli Roth one too, from the looks of it.
Yep. That was brutal. I liked it.
What is this? The FP. Just got one called randomly the FP.
I'm not sure about that one. I went to click on it. It just said, "Sorry, we couldn't find that page."
Yeah. All right. I Googled it. Let's see if this is the right one. Might be a American comedy from 2011, but let me make sure.
And a post. Pop. I could talk. Apocalyptic future. Two rival gangs fight for control of Fraser Park by playing Beat Revolution, a deadly version of Dance Revolution.
Oh, that's right. There was a remake of The Invisible Man, wasn't there? Because I see that thing.
Yeah, there was a remake of it. So that FP, it is streaming on Pluto and Freevee.
God, Dance Revolution.
But it's called Beat Revolution.
So they don't get in trouble, copyright stuff.
Yeah.
The Lords of Salem, is that a Rob Zombie one, or do I have that confused with a different movie?
Well, that's the Lords of Salem. The Lord of Salem, I think, is different.
Except the link brings you to a dead link on Amazon that takes you to um, Lord of Salem. Everything's bringing me to the Rob Zombie one. Huh, I wonder what that is.
I don't see a excuse me, an Internet Movie Database. When I put in the Lord of Salem, it's weird. They bring up Steven Seagal, the Lord of the Rings, Peter
Steven
Lorre.
Seagal?
He is the Lord of Salem, apparently. I don't know.
Oh god. They could make a horror movie about him, a guy who sits on a chair and fights people. Well, it's basically just him flinging his arms around. And when he needs to carry someone up the steps, body double. The Totem. Viral. You should have left. Whiplash. I keep thinking.
I know Viral is on Tubi. I was gonna watch that one, but I didn't get a chance to. That's I guess kind of like brother and sister, and I guess there's some again like zombie thing or people getting sick and they're trapped inside.
Yeah, okay. It's teenage sisters quarantine themselves in the house when a deadly virus hits the hometown, but loneliness is not the only threat looking outside. It's on Tubi.
Yeah.
It's got a weird picture. It's like it's got a worm or something coming out of a mouth instead of a tongue.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
English subtitles. Oh, that's probably in English. Could be an interesting one. Basically, on that, just by that image of the worm thing coming out of her mouth.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize there's something wrong with the children. I didn't realize they did that. That's when we're like, there's like a hole in the woods or something or a cave, and the kids go into it and they come out different.
Let's see.
Oh, they did the show Eye Candy. I didn't know that.
Well, they did a lot.
Oh, they did that Stephen King, Mr. Harrigan's Phone. Roswell, the First Witness. Sharp Objects. South of Hell. Stranded, 10 Weeks, The Antichrist. Of course, the TV show The Purge.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nanny. They did Nanny.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. The Welcome to the Blumhouse, where they did different ones. One called the
Yeah. The Blackest Night.
Yeah.
Mottos. Bingo Hell.
Oh, they did
Hey.
do Bingo Hell. Yeah. Black
Yeah.
Box, The Lie,
Yeah.
Evil Eye, The Lie, Evil Eye.
Washingtonian. Did they really do one called Washingtonian?
I guess so.
There's a thing I was explaining to somebody. When I say I'm from Washington, people think they go, "Oh, did you see the White House? What's it like living there?" Excuse me, there's another Washington at the coast. That's why some of us have to say Washington State because people don't seem to get the grip of Washington, not Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Interesting poster though for it, for Washingtonian. Just someone's cleaving in a bra and a necklace of the White House. Actually, no, that's the Senate, I think.
Hmm.
It's got Michael Kelly in it. Okay, I don't recognize the name, but I recognize the face.
A comedy that revolves around the professional and personal lives of three smart, sophisticated 20-something girls working on Capitol Hill.
Okay. Jess Williams, I recognize the face, not the name. But Michael Kelly, I've seen Michael Kelly and stuff before.
Elizabeth Tulik, she was in Grimm, so I recognize her. Oh, Jason Doring from Forgetting Sarah Marshall is in it. Kate Burton, Meadow Walsh. Dave, seeing who else I know. I think those are the only couple I recognize.
Unhuman. I like that name, Unhuman. The People versus the Clan. Ghoul's another cool name for a show or even a movie.
Let's see. Unhuman, it looks like something on Apple TV. The Dead Will Have This Club for Breakfast. Blumhouse and Epics bring you the story of high school field trip gone bloody wrong. Students trust each other more. Okay, got cut off. Students trusting each other is tested to the limit when the only way out is brutal, horrifying fight to survive.
So I guess The Ghoul is a 3-part series on Netflix. When a prisoner at a military detention center exhibits eerie behavior, a young interrogator's search for the truth becomes a battle for survival. Okay, I'll check that out. Could be enjoyable.
Oh, they produced Elevator with the Soska twins. They were one of the producers.
That's what I was thinking. I do remember that vaguely. I'm trying to remember what it was about because I do remember reading about it.
It's where they had contestants and there's like a few levels of challenges that they had to go through that would scare them, like put them in dark rooms and stuff would jump out at them. They had to go through spiders and
so basically Fear Factor,
but with like horror movie factors, pretty much. Yeah.
What service is Welcome to the Blum House on? Huh. Amazon. You can watch those on Amazon, it looks like. Like the Evil Eye. Welcome to the Blum House. A superstitious mother is convinced that her daughter's new boyfriend is the reincarnation of a man who tried to kill her 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe some of those might be worth checking out.
I watched The Lie. I've seen that one. And I did watch the one where her mom thought was the killer reincarnated. I don't know.
I like the bingo hell.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. But they're actually not that bad. They're just different movies that they got.
Because bingo's fun, but man, some people can make it hell when they're not winning.
Yeah.
I've done that before. You're just sitting next to somebody and start bitching, I'm never winning. It's not fair.
Oh, I just saw that Badge was saying Michael Kelly was in Dawn of the Dead remake, Persons of Interest. I guess that's when we were talking about the Washington Tony, like when we were saying names.
I remember who he played though in the remake of Dawn. I know it's been a long time since I've seen it. Bingo Hell. A feisty senior citizen fights to protect her beloved neighborhood from an evil force that's taken over the local bingo hall and is killing the residents in gruesome ways. Let's see if it says who's in it. Oh, interesting. How do you pronounce the name? That Guerrero girl? Gigi Soul Guerrero? She directs it. I see her name pop up every now and then. So, I mean, I've been wanting to check out her stuff.
Oh, Richard Brake is in it. Yeah, I had met him at Spookella. I asked him if he, like maybe come on the show because he's also in Game of Thrones. He's the one of the dead people that they fight in it. He's like the lead one. But because of the time zone stuff, he didn't really want to do it, or he doesn't really do podcasts. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
He's like,
time zones are such a that tricky. I did some with Gary's video tasties, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come on?" And then you gotta like, okay, he's in UK, then you gotta time it up. Wes with I started with to do one with somebody from Japan, but things got screwed up. He fell asleep. He was still asleep because against that.
Oh, well, when Mel Heflin was in Japan, that's when I had her on the show. I forget what time of the day we did that, but it was crazy. It's like, I'm glad she's in Florida now. Much better.
Yeah, it's doing like 3 hours is one thing, but like it's like they did a wrestling pay-per-view in Australia, and they're going, oh, by the way, that's 5 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Western time. Oh, and that's AM, not PM. So it's like, actually, thought it'd be 2 a.m. So it's like, AM? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Can't you guys do something better? Like, delay thing or whatever so we don't have to, look into my eyes. That sounds like a Dracula thing, isn't that?
Possibly.
And what is this docs? Is that they do documentaries? Oh yeah. They did some documentaries. Not that many. How to Dance in Ohio. Maybe that'd be worth watching. Most of it looks like political stuff, though. But hey, we can send How to Dance in Ohio. Tell Hobbs about that.
Yeah. Well, there's one called Alive and Kicking, Bathtubs Over Broadway, and then Election Day, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Killer Sham, the Cyber War in America's Elections. Yeah.
Alive and Kicking showcases the dramatic. It's basically it's swing dancing. That's what it's about.
Okay. So it's basically all about either dancing or elections. That's what...
Yeah, we've got to tell Hobbs about the How to Dance in Ohio. He's been caught dancing on video before. Like, hey, Hobbs, I found something you might want to watch. Let's see, what is Bath Over Broadway about? I guess it's available on demand. I'm trying to see what it's about. It won some awards. Best Documentary Screenplay, Best Documentary Director. So I guess that's something. But then, like, you look at the news, and this news gives you some upcoming stuff, like the Women in the Yard. That added. I'm not even going to try to say her name. I'll destroy her name. And then what's it? Drop. Oh, halfway to Halloween Film Fest. Okay, that could be interesting.
got the last 7 of my Cadbury eggs from Easter. I'm like,
Oh
oh.
God, I had some from last year, and somehow they actually were still kind of edible.
Well, if you have them in the freezer, they last.
Oh
Long.
God, there was this wrestler who doesn't like them. These two girls from Australia, wrestlers from Australia, they go to give him one, and he goes to tell the story that one of them thought, okay, it's an egg, so you crack them. So she's trying to crack them. He tells her, no, this is how you do them. And he put it right in his mouth. You don't crack them. They're not really eggs.
I buy. They had one before that I bought last year, but they were all sold out. I always buy stuff the day after Easter. It's like 70% off, 60% off, whatever.
Yeah.
They had a big like plastic egg of them, and I bought like 2 of those. Like I tried to buy as many Cadbury eggs as I could find. When I got there, it was already almost like wiped out. There was no candy. I'm like, oh please, where's Cadbury eggs? I'm like looking. I'm like, there's got to be at least one. I couldn't find them anywhere. I'm like, oh shit. And as I'm going back looking at the top, there was like this carton of Cadbury eggs. It was the last one. I'm like, shoot, I'm getting those. I got to have my Cadbury eggs. I only get them once a year, so. But.
Oh, isn't this interesting? New Paranormal Activity video game coming in 2026.
Really?
I'm looking over the news.
So it's just going to be like a video and we just sit there and watch it and fast forward through it to see if anything happens.
Probably. But I guess if they're going to be helping these companies, if it's 10 million or less than 10 million, they're going to help them.
Yeah.
That will into some interesting stuff. I'm trying to see this halfway to Halloween. They're going to be doing a 5-day festival of old horror movies in 40 cities. This is done back in March. I'm wondering what movies. It's AMC and Blumhouse.
Oh, I think I read that. Like some of it, what it is. Some of the movies are going to be played in theaters or something.
Damn. Oh, doubt they would do that here. If they do it here, it'd be in a shitty theater. The one I don't like. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, of course, Imaginary. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to talk about Imaginary. The Bondsman. It's going to have Kevin Bacon in it. Drop, I guess it's going to be a thriller. It's going to have more Megan with 2 N's. And Fry. And Christopher Landon. You can see, though, we'll have to wait to 2026 for that game. It takes a while to do a good game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get all these bugs and stuff. Looking at you, 2K, did your WWE games once a year.
What was it that they like sort of showed a teaser for the next Grand Theft Auto, but it's not going to be out for another 3 years or something, or 2 years?
Yeah, next year. There was a guy who wanted to sue them. You ever heard of the Florida Joker? Some guy who's got all these tattoos and things. Even got all of his body, his face. He's even got like a smiling one, green hair. He got arrested, and there's like this, a shot of his booking photo, and they did a version of him in the game.
Oh, God.
And he's like, hey, Rockstar, you and my lawyers, we need to talk. People like you ain't gonna get jack shit out of them.
Oh, I mean, if they steal your likeness, I mean, he probably has a case.
They've done stuff like that before and been finding ways to get around it. But I watched the trailer. This one scene in that's really scary, really scary. A guy in nothing but a Speedo watering his grass, which has already been flooded.
All right.
You know, it's like apparently what they did is they went down to Florida and must have looked around and said, "Oh, that must be a good idea to add the game." Which means somewhere in Florida, there's a scrawny guy in a Speedo that likes to go around watering his grass.
Speaking of like Florida, you remember Mel was talking about how she's doing Florida Man. Like she posted some pictures, and they made her. She looks like she almost reminds me of like a bad-looking Joe Dirt kind of. Like they made her look like a man. She's actually the Florida Man. It's hilarious. So if you check out Mel's page, I forget where it is, but she's got pictures of her on set of Florida Man. I'm like, okay, that's funny.
Let's see. Mr. Blum has long carried a reputation as a maverick. Most film producers keep a low profile. He sometimes promotes his films by attending premieres in costume. And hasn't. Oh, wow. I guess in 2022 for Megan, he showed up dressed as her.
I heard that, yeah. He dressed up as Megan. Well, I heard he went to Imaginary too, but you had to imagine he was there very hard to think of what he was doing. You had to imagine what he was wearing, though.
Well, I gotta give it to him. He's dedicated to his company and stuff, but I mean, dressing up as a robot girl. I'm afraid to even look up the picture. And I am. See if I can find it. Just gonna probably get horrified. But it shows he's got like, oh god, that's creepy.
Let's go ahead and screen share that for everybody.
Oh god, no! It's on People Magazine's website. Oh god, it's just like standing there. You got all these four girls dressed up as her, this one adult guy. He's got the wig, the makeup and stuff on. Just
yeah.
Oh, no. I gotta give it to him. I mean, he's dedicated to it.
Yep.
I mean, even if he looks really bad in drag. No offense,
is he supposed to look good?
Hey, some people look good and some guys look good in drag. Mr. Blum, I'm sorry, you don't. But it shows.
We know what was it? Dennis Rodman didn't into to Wong Fu. You could tell that was a dude.
But yeah, I mean, I think it shows that he's got dedication to his company.
Yeah,
gotta give him that. From Imaginary, you got an article here. From Imaginary to Five Nights at Freddy, why Blumhouse loves PG-13 horror. PG-13 horror. I'm too used to the rated R horror to kind of really get into the PG-13.
I mean, some of them are okay, but it's like you can do so much more with R, though. Like, come on.
Well, no. If it was 80s version of PG-13, I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that would be.
But modern PG-13, no. But yeah, it seems that he, what is it? He is his present for promotion, self and otherwise, has helped turn Blumhouse into Hollywood's leading horror factory. It releases 4 or 5 films a year. Okay. Which, how many have they released this year so far? Okay,
Imaginary, Night Swim, Five Nights at Freddy. Oh no, that was last year.
That was last year. Because it could mean we're getting 2 to 3 more from them this year. If they're going to do 4 or 5 movies a year. But yeah, I mean, he gotta give it to him. I mean, Charles Brand, uh, he does a little bit, but he doesn't show up dressed up in drag to a premiere. And Lloyd Kaufman, please don't. Just no. Just no.
Hey, Hobbs. Yeah, there was a documentary. What was the documentary, Echo, that you were telling Hobbs?
How to Dance in Ohio. Just made for you, Hobbs. We're going to see Hobbs. We got to get Hobbs a copy of How to Dance in Ohio. He'll probably be like, he'll come back and he'll be like Fred Astaire or whoever that was. In terms of different, we got order for these heads, or not heads, but like maybe figure people from these companies like Charles Brand, Jason Blum, Lloyd Kaufman. Who else is there? Who do you think are really good?
David Sterling.
Who do you think is really good though? Really interesting. Because remember, with Trauma, there's two, but you only really see Lloyd. You very rarely see that. Like, I used to have someone act like him.
Yeah, I forget. It's like basically it's just Lloyd Kaufman, I guess.
Yeah, because the other guy didn't really get into the public stuff.
Let's see, Lloyd Kaufman. Wait, who else did you name? Lloyd Kaufman,
Charles Brand, Jason Blum, and that other guy you mentioned. Like those people, like they're either the head of the company or they're like almost like, one of the almost like a mascot.
Mm-hmm. They're all pretty good. I mean, it depends if you like the independent one or Blumhouse. More. Well, I mean, they've done some independent ones, but then they've gotten bigger. But
goddamn phone! I thought I let you die. Oh, that's right.
I was like, that's not my phone.
No, let's see. Oh, someone must be put up new videos. I turned my notifications back on so that because I had to wait for one of my cousins to message me a few months back, and then I decided never to turn them off. If I keep it on at night, I get no sleep because I get ding 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 all night, and then so if I turn it off first thing in the morning. Ding, 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 ding.
All the alerts. Whoa!
And since it's also vibrate, so it's not only the ding, 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 it's ding, ding, ding.
Zing! It zings and dings at the same time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean Charles Brand, none of those guys just showed up dressed in drag. So
yeah, none of them's dressed up.
So Hobbs, please no showing up to the midnight hour in drag promoting Carrie or what's another one? Megan. It's another female type character.
Charlie from Firestarter.
Hobbs shows up. He's got the dress on. He's got the wig. He's got the makeup. I'm here. I'm promoting.
You know how in the original one, I don't think they redid it in the new one, but like whenever she started the fire, like her hair would blow back and everything. So like he'll just have a fan on blowing the hair back and be like, act like starting the fire.
I wonder if those, because they had a few copies, 2 or 3 copies of the Blumhouse Firestarter at St. Jack's. When I go in there again, if they have it there, I should pick it up.
I haven't watched them all, but you know how they have the Humpty Dumpty ones that are out? There's actually another Humpty Dumpty coming out Tuesday because I got some new releases had come in, and I was looking at the box of what was coming out Tuesday. Lisa Frankenstein comes out. And another Humpty Dumpty movie comes out. I'm like, dang.
Humpty Dumpty, is that ITN?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, I love ITN. I have one gripe when it comes to the sequels. You don't really know because it doesn't say this is part 2. Or, what?
Yeah, there's just different titles of Humpty Dumpty. Like, I don't even remember what they are.
Yeah, with the Tooth Fairy horror movies, I ended up with like the second or third one. And didn't even know, and all of a sudden I go to like, I'm gonna watch this on Tubi, and all these ones came up. You got to literally look it up. So it's not. I mean, at least Blumhouse gives us Insidious 2, Paranormal Activity, whatever.
Paranormal Activity 1, 2, 3, 4, first
yeah. Megan 2.0.
Yeah.
Not, here's, Megan eats tacos. What does that come in the order?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the movies, but I just wish they would kind of
Oh, what
be
was that one
nice.
that I didn't even realize it was the second one? That Psycho Santa or whatever. How there's two of them on Tubi, and the covers look exactly the same. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know there was a second one. Like,
Oh no, no. Tubi has this problem where it'll be the same movie just twice. Because you will look at it, it will see to be the picture, the title, and look at how long it is, and you realize it's the same.
oh, I thought it was the second one. When we looked at it before, though, there was a two on it or something. But it was like,
There was one that that was one of the rare times where it's like it is a different movie other than the picture, but other times they do screw up and
yeah.
But yeah, that's right, they did, and it was just really the same one. That was it a Netcracker one or Elf? It was an Elf one. That's what it was. It was something about a murderous elf or something, and it's like different title, same picture. But they fixed that though, didn't they?
I don't know. They may have, but
I'm not gonna look up Christmas movies on there because that's if you look up Christmas movies, if you look up shark movies,
tons of them come up. You just type in shark, 50 billion shark movies. You type in Christmas, tons of Christmas movies. Yeah.
how many Bloom houses are on? Do you think are on Tubi?
Um,
Would
I don't know.
probably have to.
I didn't look at that. I probably should have came up with the list before the show and tell people this is on. I know The Bay is on Tubi. Viral is on Tubi.
Yeah, and found viral. Probably would have to look up the movies they've released and then look them all up.
I'll look them all up individually because you can't like put in like Blumhouse and it'll bring up Blumhouse titles on there. It won't do that, unfortunately.
I know I made that mistake one time ago going Wild Eye.
I tried that like a long time ago just to see what would happen, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. I wish it did. Because it would be good if you could just type in Wild Eye and it'll just, search Wild Eye or Visual Vengeance.
It has to be the movie title, cast member, or director.
Or director, yeah.
So, but God knows, I mean, you're gonna have to limit it. It's.
Yeah, you would just have to type in each title, so I'm not going to do that right now.
Oh, I mean, not well with Paranormal Activities. It's just Paranormal Activity. With The Purge, it's The Purge. With Insidious, it's that.
Yeah.
But the other ones, like, I got the bubsies. You're gonna have to look up each and every one, or you just go to Google, type it in, add the word streaming, so I would tell you what it's streaming on.
Yep. Oh, I think Creep is still on Tubi, unless they took it off. Let's see, Creep. Did they take it off? I don't. That was a good one too. The Creep. I don't think that's it, is it? No, that's something else. There's another movie called Creep. That's not it.
Is it 2014 for the Creep movies? Which it might be on Netflix.
Oh, okay. It's on Netflix, not Tubi. What was it? It was at one point on Tubi, though. I swear I watched it on Tubi at one point.
Nice. The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, that's Amazon. I remember when I look at these images for this bear for imaginary, you know what pops in mind? Ted. I'm sorry, I know it's not the same as Ted, but it pops in my mind. And they got this movie Imaginary. There's going to be another movie about imaginary friends.
Oh yeah,
it's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I saw that.
So is this going to be the period of imaginary friend movies?
Drop Dead Fred is coming back. Drop Dead Fred was like,
Hey, look, man, they're bringing some old stuff properties back. We got Batman, was in the Flash movie. Beetlejuice is coming back. So what else was coming back? There's a few that are coming back. So why can't Drop Dead Fred come back?
well, the dude who played Drop Dead Fred is actually dead. So
Recast.
yeah.
They can cast Max, who's in the chat now.
I like the part like when he was underneath, he slid down, he's on the floor, he's looking underneath the one woman, so he's like, "No panties," and she's like, "Get on." The Stevie's like, the Steve here, "No panties."
That was a fun movie too. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember it being a fun movie.
Oh yeah, I have to go back and watch that. It was fun.
Let's see. Now, with the Purge TV show, that might be on the movies. Might be on whoever The Purge 2013. Oh wow. Nope, not on Tubi.
No, not yet.
I was watching a little bit of it, Max, but I fell asleep. Really boring stuff. So that's where Jason Baker, the guy who did the mask for Black Phone, that's where he's at.
Okay.
So, because he was showing off some of his work. Really, really. Actually, you should check. Actually, I follow the guy on Instagram. I'll send you the link for his Instagram. Really, really good work. What you saw there, just with the mask from, because I guess he's a student or something of Tom Savini.
Okay.
So who I guess Savini, I've heard something about his hands. It's not that good, authorized or whatever, but you can really see it. There's a guy the guy that died, Wyndham Rotundo. If Hollywood got their hands on him, I'll say like if Blumhouse got their hands on him, besides probably still being alive, there would be some kick-ass horror coming out. This guy was a horror fan with one of the most creative minds you'll come out there you've ever seen. So he would have done like just insane horror. But unfortunately, wrestling got him before Hollywood could. Or Blumhouse could. I mean, the fact that he was friends with Jason Baker, that probably could have given Blumhouse an insight to him. One of those creative minds.
Yep. Oh boy, what else is going on? I'm kind of getting hungry. I might want to get something.
Yeah. Well, you can go to visit. You can go to the Freddy's and get something to eat. Just stay away from the animatronics.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's go to Freddy's. Yeah, then I won't be coming back. But yeah, I guess next week, same horror channels. So we'll figure out what's going on. I might have someone next week to figure it out, depending on schedules. So a lot of conventions and stuff have been coming up, or they're
is that
going to make they're doing a lot of filming. I mean, like a lot of them are filming like crazy. All these movies, so it's like.
So how long does convention season last? I know they were talking about convention season, but does it last so many months or whatever?
Like it's May. I mean, like there's a bunch coming up. Like it's almost. It almost feels like it's year round now that they're back and everything. I mean, there's October, there's May. There's like a couple in August. Like they're doing them every month pretty much. And then like a lot of these actors are like doing a bunch of movies that are out and everything. So it's like hard to get around their schedule. So. Yeah. And then like some of the people who like I was going to have before, now they're getting ready to do OnlyFans so.
Yeah, I've been following her. That's her OnlyFans. That's looking kind of cool.
So,
and I did get that one thing for Cheerleader Camp Elimination, that
Mhm.
one bundle thing they had. I think your mom was the first person, and I was the second person.
Oh, the which one or
That
oh
was the one you got.
with
Yeah,
the party pack or whatever.
yeah.
Yes, I was thinking, yeah, yeah, I got
Because
that. Yeah, so
she had
you
said she had said something, and all of a sudden I saw one bot so far. It's like,
yeah,
okay, now there's two. Get that in October. That comes out in October, I believe. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah.
And another person we don't know how to get a hold of him. There's an asylum guy.
Hmm.
He's a YouTuber, Mr. Chaos or whatever. He is the guy that's doing that Monster Mash, but I have no idea how to get a hold of him.
He's a YouTuber. You said also.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Jose, I forget his last name, but he
Oh, I
does that.
think I know who you're talking about.
He
I
did
forget.
the Exorcist and Monster Mash, but I don't know how to get a hold of him.
So he might have an Instagram, maybe, or message him on YouTube. Or wait, I don't think we can. Can we message on YouTube anymore? I don't even remember if they got rid of it. Like there used to be, like you could
Uh,
message. I thought, but I think
I
they.
haven't heard about that in years,
Yeah, I
so
think they got rid of it. But we can always comment on his page, whatever, on one of his videos that's
yeah.
similar. Um, but, yeah, so is it? It's October that the cheerleader elimination is going to be delivered.
I think that's what it said. I was
So
just like, and I've never done one of those Indigo GoFundMe things. I've never, kind of gone for one of those. So first time it's for her film. So I am looking forward to it. And Thanksgiving turkey, Camp Blood,
Bride of Blood.
yeah,
Hopefully, I don't know. I think this month it's supposed to go to distributors sometime this month. So I don't know.
but
I'll have to ask Will what's up with that.
and okay, there's also the stocking.
Yeah, Wild Eye needs to hurry up on that.
And we need to get that not just the axe grinder, but that spinoff, the ass grinder.
Yeah, the ass grinder. All right, I don't know about that, but maybe we'll do a short film on the ass grinder. It's a parody to the axe grinder, like you know how they did that movie, Sodomania or whatever for Wild Eye.
Yeah.
We'll have the ass grinder. Yeah, I'll talk to Will about that. We'll say maybe we'll do an ass grinder. It's like, yeah, the ass grinder needs more than 5 minutes of screen time there. He needs his own full movie there.
Yeah.
But
Was that little mascot? I am the ass grinder. How do you say that again? How's that go again?
no, the axe grinder? No, I'm the
No.
ass grinder. Take it, bitch. Yep. So, yeah, that was fun. Oh, and my poor fucking balls, I swear.
Oh my fucking balls!
That was fun. Man, that blood, like, I had, like, trash bags, too, in there because I had the pants over my shorts from, like, I had to do another scene, like, right after it before I went to the airport, so I did the axe grinder scene, then I did cheerleader elimination last scene where I get killed and everything, so it's like, but I didn't want to have, blood. There was so much blood that it got on it, so there's something in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's, like, one joke where I'm, looking in, watching the party and everything. So I kind of bring that up later on because like you can see the mess on my pants. So I make a joke about it while I'm doing the scene with Heather. So I'm like, yeah. So it worked out though. It was kind of funny. So which
And I
once it
guess
comes out, I'll say what it is. Well, you'll see when it comes out. But yeah,
I guess I should go and check out this WrestleMania. And that's in Pennsylvania, and that's a known. Those Pennsylvania people, for wrestling fans, not loud. Not only are they loud, these are the type of fans. If you screw up, you fucked up. You fucked. That's one of the most God, I'd hate to see them at a screening of like a movie. Like this movie sucks. This movie sucks. Actually, this movie sucks. This movie fucking sucks. So they're a lively crowd. People from Philadelphia.
Yep. So All right. Thanks everyone who came in. Hobbs, Max. My mom, of course, was in here earlier. I don't know if she still is. Cheetah, all you guys, and anyone else who's watching the replay. You can leave comments what your favorite Blumhouse movie is, or which one sucked, or whatever. If you're from Pennsylvania, I guess you'll be putting that comment.
Yeah, and don't go for the easy route, Megan. That's too easy.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night. See you next week. Bye. If it let him stream there, it was bringing